Welcome back, everybody. It's Zach here, bringing you guys another fantasy football video. This one's one I've been promising you guys for a little bit. I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a list of defenses to target in your fantasy drafts this season. As we know, it's typically the best approach to be streaming defenses over the course of your fantasy football season. There are going to be some defenses here and there that end up being so good that they're sort of matchup proof, but in general, you don't want to be drafting these really good defenses like very high because they end up having a tough matchup early on. You got to cut them early. Good examples like the Ravens this year. If the Ravens were a great defense, they play the Bills in week one. They're not going to be on this list because I don't want to be playing them in week one. And if that's the case, I'm not going to roster two defenses right out of the gate. So these are just a bunch of defenses I think have really strong starts to the season. They're defenses that should all be pretty available for you guys late in drafts. And they're typically like the 7 defenses that I do find myself looking to draft in drafts this season. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Any defenses I leave out, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's get into it. This one might be the most obvious, but I think the Steelers are a great target if you're drafting a defense in drafts this season. They're a great defense on paper, right? We know they've got an elite pass rush with TJ Watt, with Cam Hayward. They've got a lot of pieces there. Alex Highsmith, a lot of really great pass rushers on that defense. Also added Jalen Ramsey this offseason, so they should be a little bit better in the secondary. And on top of that, they've got a just absolutely gorgeous first 4 weeks. You get the Jets in week one. That certainly does not scare you. Maybe Justin Fields plays well and plays clean football, but Fields is not going to you're not going to get 35 points hung on you by the Jets. The Seahawks, week 2 for Sam Darnold and this new offense, probably going to be a slow-paced team. The Patriots in week 3, we'll see what happens with them. And then the Vikings, you got J.J. McCarthy, basically a rookie in his 4th game. I think those are 4 straight matchups that we can feel pretty good about, especially for this great Steelers defense. And really the only concern I would have with them is that you've got Cam Hayward currently holding out for a new contract. If he were to hold into the season, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But it's the easiest strength of schedule for a defense to open the season. They are also one of the better defenses in the NFL, so they're a clear target for me in drafts. Next up, probably my favorite target right now is going to be the Denver Broncos. Weeks 3 and 4 aren't great for them. They get the Chargers and Bengals there, so you don't get to hold them for the first 3 weeks. But in the first 2 weeks of the season, you get to open up the year with the Titans and then the Colts. So you got a rookie quarterback in his first career start, and then either Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones. So you really can't ask for much more than that. This also projects to be one of the best defenses in the entire league, so I think that's a fantastic start. Again, they're probably my favorite target right now because a great defense that's got 2 of the best matchups in the league to start the year. That's fantastic. They're going to be one of my favorite targets in drafts this year. Next, we got the Commanders. Not necessarily a fantastic defense, but we did see them trend up quite a bit towards the back half of last season. You've got Marshawn Lattimore, hopefully a little bit healthier as well, should secure that secondary a little bit. And this is a fantastic matchup to start the season. They open up with a home game against the Giants. That's not a scenario where you expect the Giants to go out there and hang 30 on them. Again, bad offensive line in New York, only one true receiver. You got either Russ or maybe Jackson Dart takes the job. Not necessarily something that you'd expect to be a super high-end performance out of them. So I think the Commanders are a great option, especially for week 1. In week 2, you get Green Bay, which isn't great, but then in week 3, you get the Raiders. So we'll see what happens with Jordan Love and his thumb injury to go with Jaden Reed. But if Jordan Love were to miss week 2, I'd feel great about starting the Commanders in week 2 along with week 3. So you're either getting 1 or 3 weeks out of the Commanders, depending upon how good you feel about them against the Packers. But really great target. Also just going to be super available. No one's going to be battling you for the Commanders defense in drafts this year. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers. Honestly, not sure how good this defense is going to be. They lost a lot of pieces this offseason. They weren't exactly great last year either, but we know they've got a great pass rush with Nick Bosa, so that's obviously going to be a huge thing. And their first 2 weeks are pretty great. They get week 1 against Sam Darnold in Seattle. Sam Darnold's first game as a Seahawk, a new coaching staff on offense there, a lot of moving parts. It wouldn't be shocking to see Seattle start slow, even if they end up being better over the course of the season. Nick Bosa always does great against them. I think he's in line for a pretty big day, and I would expect there to be at least a lot of pressure on Sam Darnold in that game. Could certainly see some mistakes. And then week 2, you get the New Orleans Saints there, probably the best matchup to target all year long. Niners should be really good for at least the first 2 weeks. Not sure how good beyond that, but definitely worth targeting there. Another NFC West defense that I'm not sure how good they're going to be. The Arizona Cardinals, they get the New Orleans Saints in week 1. Absolutely cannot complain about that. Probably the best matchup. You're either going to see Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck in his first career game. I bet the Cardinals win that game, and I bet they win it pretty handily. We just saw Tyler Shuck throw a pick 6 in the preseason. That could certainly happen in this game. Weeks 2 through 4 for the Cardinals, you get Carolina, San Francisco, and Seattle. Not horrible. San Francisco should be pretty good on offense, but Carolina, who knows with Bryce Young. Seattle, again, could be a team to target if Sam Darnold sort of regresses this year. So I think you could consider the Cardinals an option for each of the first 4 weeks, but they're probably going to be like the optimal streaming defense in week 1 just because they get the Saints. So I like that. And actually, their defense was not horrible last season. The Cardinals are sort of like perennially average, but their defense was actually sort of trending up a little bit last year. I think there's a chance this defense comes out and does a pretty good job this season. And the last team I'm going to talk about is another NFC West team. The Los Angeles Rams have a really great start to the season. They open the season with the Texans. That's not necessarily the best matchup, but you got Joe Mixon probably not starting in that game. You could see him maybe come back, but he'll obviously be coming back from an injury. So probably going to be a team that's going to have to lean on the passing game with a whole new offensive line. So another team in Houston that could certainly start slow, especially with just the shuffling pieces that they have on the offensive line. They also have a very elite pass rush in Los Angeles with Jared Verse. A lot of pieces they added last season. This is going to be a team that's going to get after the quarterback, and starting off the season with a brand new offensive line in Houston trying to find their feet, and then a rookie quarterback in a second career start. I think the Rams defense will do pretty well the first 2 weeks, and I think there's an opportunity here for this Rams defense to be a really great option. And again, it's sort of like a sneaky pick late in drafts because nobody's really going to want the Rams defense. They're not sexy. The Texans defense might seem a little bit scarier on paper than it actually is, or Texan matchup might seem a little scarier. So I think the Rams are a great target, especially if you're like the last team in your league taking a defense. They'll be pretty okay for you guys to start the year. So that'll do it for the 7 defenses I think you guys should be targeting in drafts this season. If you guys have any comments or questions, let me know in the comments below. I love interacting with you guys there. It's always a lot of fun interacting with you guys. If you guys haven't already, I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the channel. I've got a goal of hitting 2,500 subscribers by the end of the NFL season, so kind of a long way. We're at like 6 or 1,500 something right now, so long way to go, but I think we can get there. It's going to be a really fun ride, and if you do subscribe, you're going to get 3+ videos every single week. I'll be here all off-season and regular season long and help you guys win some championships this year, and hopefully have a lot of fun along the way. So I really appreciate you guys. If you made it this far in the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit, and I'll catch you guys with the next one. We'll be going over some undrafted sleepers that I'm targeting really late in drafts as like my last pick. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out these other videos here if you haven't. If you want more content, please feel free to follow me on Twitter at RealSteelFFB. I'll be more active on there as the season goes on. Thanks. Catch you later.